Are we headed to modern-day Babylon? Prophecy is fast fulfilling, and we must open our eyes to the landmarks of end times. Trump posts an AI video of what a Trump Gaza would look like, complete with a golden statue, just like the false worship erected in Daniel 3, is something that even King Nebuchadnezzar would be proud of. Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Live, where we put the lens of prophecy on Christ. Kindly like and share this timely update to all. February 26, 2025. President Trump has shared an AI-generated video depicting his resort-like vision for the future of Gaza, calling it Trump Gaza, featuring a gigantic golden statue of the president, as well as images of him lounging topless poolside with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 80 cubits and breadth 3 of 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. From the NY Post, the 30-second clip shared on Truth Social late Tuesday opens by showing a blighted Gaza following 15 months of Israel's war against Hamas terrorists, before asking what's next in red, white, and blue text. Scenes of destruction morph into a sunny beach resort as a lively dance track with the lyrics, "Donald Trump will set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is here." The computer-generated clip then depicts Elon Musk eating bread dipped in hummus on the beach, before quickly cutting to bearded Hamas terrorists bizarrely dancing in the sand. Trump's vision, which he said would make Gaza the Riviera of the Middle East, also includes giant gold balloons of his face being held by a child, as well as him dancing in a nightclub with some women, with Elon Musk, the world's richest man, showering people with cash. The video also depicts a massive golden Trump Gaza building, as well as a larger-than-life golden statue of Trump. The AI-produced song then boasts a golden future, a brand new light. The clip shows Trump and Netanyahu lounging shirtless poolside with cocktails. The Trump Gaza is coming.
So late last night, President Trump posted what appeared to be an AI-generated video on his Truth Social account. It's basically a promotion for his plan for Gaza, which is to essentially turn the enclave into a lavish Gulf resort. Here's part of that video.
President Donald Trump has shared his vision for turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East in an AI-generated video post that was posted to his Truth Social platform. So the video shows the area transformed from a war zone to a luxury beach in Dubai style.
Generated video. Take a look.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza number one. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza number one.
Dear friends, they are really pushing this golden era, which in the Bible shows us the time period of Babylon, with a golden image, and they are trying to revive modern Babylon. The imagery. Trump has shared his controversial development plan for the war-torn Gaza Strip, which he says he hopes for the US to take over. I will explain the background later, dear friends. For those who are not acquainted with the full story of the Gaza, and develop into a Riviera of the Middle East, pushing out Gaza's 2 million inhabitants into neighboring nations. Under the consensus plan, Palestinians would not be allowed to return to the Hamas-run enclave, Trump previously said. It was the first time a member of the Trump administration publicly said its goal was extending Phase 1 rather than moving on to Phase 2, which is meant to outline a permanent end of the war and Israel's full withdrawal from Gaza. Edison.cnn.com. No more tunnels. No more fear. A voice sings over a dance beat. Trump Gaza is finally here. The American president has proposed to expelling 2.1 million Palestinians from Gaza for the Trump Gaza to rise in its fullness. NPR.org says Trump's social media video garners pushback from Arabs and Muslims in US and Gaza. Updated February 26, 2025. Arabs and Muslims in the United States and abroad are criticizing a controversial video posted by President Trump. The AI video and its depiction received backlash from Arabs and Muslims in the United States.
As a strip which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. Being in its presence just has not been good, and it should not go through a process of rebuilding and occupation by the same people that have really stood there and fought for it and lived there and died there and lived a miserable existence there.
The President of the United States.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy. The Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
But these are all just a smokescreen of a bigger prophecy. President Trump stuns the world by saying the United States will take control of Gaza and possibly allow the Jews to rebuild their temple. President Donald Trump stunned the world literally by declaring that the United States would seize control of the Gaza Strip, secure it with thousands of armed troops and rebuild it. For a year that started out with the end times needle pin, 36 days into 2025, that needle is spin and beginning to melt. Not only that, Trump's proposed Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is on record as saying back in 2018 that, I quote, "There's no reason why the miracle of the reestablishment of the Third Temple Mount is not possible. Oh, that temple is coming all right, but it will be the temple of Antichrist." In his first term, Donald Trump moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem to be the capital of Israel and signed the Abraham Accords, implementing a burgeoning peace covenant between Israel and Muslim neighbors. Now here at the very beginning of his second term, President Trump made a jaw-dropping statement that America will now control Gaza, quite possibly setting the table for the rebuilding of a Jewish temple.
We'll take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different.
President Trump wants the US to take over the Gaza Strip. He wants to raise all the buildings, dismantle the explosives, and create new housing societies. There are two obvious problems with the plan. One, Gaza is Palestinian land. It does not belong to the United States or Donald Trump. Number two, Gaza is not empty either. There are 2 million Palestinians that live in Gaza. What will happen to them? President Donald Trump seems least bothered about that. He suggested that neighboring Arab countries will host them. Countries like Jordan and Egypt.
I believe that the Gaza Strip, which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
Arab leaders have already rejected this plan. They say Gazians should not be pushed out. In fact, Jordan has gone one step ahead. They are ready for war to prevent the displacements of Gazans because Jordan would be the worst affected around. Even American Western allies have rejected the plan. France, Germany, Spain, all of them have opposed. If they say Gazans must stay in Gaza, China and Russia are also on the same page. Moscow called it the cancellation of Palestine, and China said it opposes forced relocation, which makes you wonder, is anyone supporting Trump's plan? The answer is yes. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu looked quite happy, maybe even surprised by what he heard at best. He was hoping for political support from President Trump, but what he got was permission to wipe out Gaza to kick all the Palestinians.
President Trump is taking it to a much higher level. He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism, so many attacks against us, so many trials and so many tribulations. He has a different idea, and I think it's worth paying attention to this.
But the question is, where did the Gaza Riviera idea come from?
The Riviera idea probably came from Trump's son-in-law. His name is Jared Kushner. He's married to Trump's daughter, Ivanka. Kushner played a key role in Trump's first term. He was placed in charge of West Asia to strike a comprehensive peace deal for the region. He got mixed results, but in the process, he also made some contacts. He began seeing potential in Gaza, not for peace, but for beachfront tourism. He floated the idea in March last year. Listen to this.
Usually when wars happen, borders are changed historically over time. In Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable to, if people would focus on kind of building up, livelihoods. But I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up.
It's the same plan pitched by Trump. Eject the people, clean out the strip, and build a Riviera.
President Trump stuns the world by saying the United States will take control of Gaza and possibly allow the Jews to rebuild their temple.
The Temple Mount is in our hands. We are in Jerusalem and we are here to stay.
Some Jewish people want to build a third Jewish temple.
We cry and we have the great beliefs that very soon we will be Zoiche, we will all see the building of the third temple in Jerusalem very soon.
This dream is finally coming true in their lifetime. They believe the final elements needed to construct this holy site has been found. Israel365news.com says, water libation reenactment takes place in preparation for the third temple, October 22, 2024. 2 years ago, 5 red heifers were brought over from Texas to Israel, causing a huge buzz among those excited about the third temple. These red heifers are crucial because according to the Bible, the ashes are needed to purify the priests. Interestingly, some of these heifers are now said to be of age. Now it is the perfect time for the Jews to rebuild the third temple. A huge altar has been built for where the red heifers will be sacrificed. October 18, 2024, the Temple Institute announced a remarkable development that brought Israel one step closer to the third temple. For the first time since the temple stood in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, a Kohen, male descendant of biblical Aaron the high priest, ascended to the Temple Mount wearing the biblical mandated Kohanic garments. Being exclusive, Sanhedrin asked Putin and Trump to build third temple in Jerusalem.
In our movement, we love Christians, we welcome believers, and we embrace followers of Jesus. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Some are very convinced, like Thomas R. Horn, the rabbis, Donald Trump, and the top secret plan to rebuild the third temple. Many believe that President Trump is Israel's next King Cyrus, the facilitator and overseer of the building of the third temple. Dear friends, all of these events and headlines today is just a distraction from where we should be focused on. Jesus is in the heavenly temple and we must follow him wherever he goes. All of these Old Testament prophecies points to Christ. All of these end time events Jesus have prophesied and foretold in the past. It will happen, and when it does happen, you may believe. The question, dear friends, is, are you daily surrendered to Jesus? As Jesus finishes his ministry in the most holy place, in the heavenly sanctuary, are we repentant? Are we doing our duty as watchmen of God, spreading the gospel and pointing people where Jesus is? We must point people to the most holy place. Judgment has come. Fear God, give glory to him, and worship him. There would be a global deception, and it is in the making right now. And we must watch and pray. Believe the Bible. Believe his prophets so we can endure unto the end. Prophecy is for us to be prepared and not to be scared. Why? If we fix our eyes on Christ. Kindly type our response today: I reject the third temple. I reject the third temple. Kindly share, dear friends, and may we continue to preach truth found in Bible prophecy.